I see neons green, red roses too. I watch them swim for me and you, and I sing to my friend, what a wonderful shoal. To my friend, I see feathers blue. All right, hold on. I see feathers blue. All right, hold on. All right, we're going to be okay here. I got Joey back up here. As soon as I get the music shut off, so we won't get a lag. There, what is that? Oh, right, okay. Hey, Joey. Hi there.
Good morning.
How are
you doing?
Oh, well, a little chaotic. A little chaotic, but otherwise,
yeah,
I guess.
I heard that. I was trying to judge my timing, and I could see it was a little rough in the beginning. David just came in with a super chat.
Thank you, David, very much. Hello, hello. Oh, glory.
Had a few more.
Well, yeah, all right.
Should we say some hellos? I see.
Monster Fish Gal.
Yeah, say Lori just came in. Good morning, Lori. Morning,
hi, Lori. Lori, you are a delight. You are an absolute delight. So enjoy and appreciate having you here. You're such a vital part of this stream, and you're like a silent partner.
She is.
Always there.
Yes.
I want to do something special on Valentine's Day, and I was thinking about you and Chevy and some of the other ladies who we rarely adequately acknowledge, and I just think we ought to do that. And Valentine's Day, that would be Sunday evening. It'd be a perfect time to do it. So let's we'll keep that in mind, and we'll have something special for the ladies. Oreo Rodriguez.
So let's say some hello. Yeah, Oreo's not feeling well today. Sorry about that. Hope you feel better. And let's just do some hellos, and then we can get going.
Go ahead.
Want to do it? You want me to do it? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously Chevy Fish is here, and also helping. Thank you so much, Chevy. Andres, Greg the Guppy guy, Oreo is here. Lee Wilcox. Will Embry looks like he's new this morning, so thank you for coming in and joining the show. Amanda, Brian, Color Guppies, Jason Sear, Steph's here. I believe I said Andres already. Now I'm scrolling up. I usually scroll down. Roman is here.
Okay.
David Fellows. Keisha, Joan, James Handy.
Yes.
Michelle is here. Mr. BCBDs, Joe Merchant, One Wanderer, Holly Gibbs. Scroll. I'm trying not to do too many repeats if I can help it.
And they're small.
Karuna Garen.
Venice.
Boy, that name gets me. It's like a little tongue twister.
They're 48. So I'll do both. I'll do them. You want to come down
James here. Paul is
all right,
here.
I'll hold them for you. Okay.
I think
All
I
right.
said Holly Gibbs.
We'll hold them for you. You bet.
And Fish and Tank Ticks. And I'm scrolling. I hope I've gotten everybody.
Well, Emery.
Try. I shouldn't do it this way. Yeah, if there's anybody new on the bottom, Will, it looks like he's new. He's the only one that's not blue this morning. So hopefully I get everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you all. Good to have you all here.
I usually scroll down, then.
And I usually scroll up. But I ain't scrolling nowhere today.
I know. That's okay. I'm scrolling. And then trying to see if I see anybody that I pick up on that I do. Oh, Glassbox Fox. See, now I'm scrolling down. That's more what I do.
Joe is doing all the heavy lifting today.
Anyway, all right. I think I got everybody. I'll just occasionally shout them out if I see somebody.
Aquatic Nests.
Oh yes, Aquatic Nests. And
Stephanie Lee, Chevy.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'm getting to the bottom of the chat here.
Oh dear.
Okay, so I'm gonna look for questions because we're gonna, if you can repeat your question, we're gonna try to work from the bottom of the chat. Good morning, Emilio, TJ, Mr. Manifesto, and Landon, Nicholas. But I know that Amanda had asked if you could talk a little bit about tiger barbs this morning. So we can start out with that and wait for some other questions to come in. I'm not sure what she wanted to know, but I guess whatever you want to tell us about tiger barbs.
Tiger barbs are my least favorite fish. I try not to carry them. The only time I get tiger barbs in my shop is when somebody gets rid of them. And I am not cruel. I will not flush them. I never have, and I would not. I don't put them down.
Right.
Give them a nice home. I let them live, and some other fool will come in and snag them. And then they'll bring them back eventually. Tiger barbs are they're pretty-ish, but they're nasty. They're just a nasty little fish. They chase everything. They beat everything up. They're basically terrorists. So, Amanda, if you like tiger barbs, more power to you. Maybe just the right fish for you.
But you would say obviously a species-only tank would be best for them, and then they're still going to beat on each other. But
who was it?
At least they won't be beating on the other fish.
T-Bone. T-Bone has a barbed tank. He's got 5 or 6 species of barbs in his tank, and they do well together. So yeah, you can keep them with. There are a lot of other barbs you can keep them with. Some barbs I would not put them with, like rosy barbs, which are a more gentle kind of fish. But there are a lot of barbs, tiger barb types, the green barbs. There are many new barbs coming into the market all the time. They're constantly finding new strains, new fish, and some of them are really quite nice. The T-bar is a fairly new one.
I
A lot
had
of them,
some of those. Yeah.
yeah, they make a very showy tank, particularly if kept
They do.
in as T-bone is done in a barb tank.
They're not as aggressive. I mean, you are right. The tiger barbs are just relentless.
They're the
And
word.
yeah. Um, so, but I mean, if it's your passion, if you love tiger barbs, then keep them, and just either keep them alone or figure out other barbs that can go with them.
Right. Oh, I
Sometimes
think, as I said, I think it
what
might be a
works for one
perfectly
person.
right. I think it might be a
Yeah.
perfectly appropriate fish for Amanda.
Yeah.
Land in the
Okay.
home.
He wants to
Talk about
continue his peroxide question. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I've used peroxide. I've used it successfully, and I've failed with it. I think the problem with it is that it's an oxidizer. I mean, that's what it is. It releases a free oxygen molecule that that will go after anything it can attach itself to, which is darn near anything, including the fish itself. It attaches to organics as well as inorganics. I mean, it's like it's caustic. It's a very aggressive element that attaches to, to a lot of different kinds of things. Obviously, oxygen in and of itself is not harmful, or we wouldn't be breathing it and actually require it for our very survival. But in a fish tank, excessive peroxide will cause not just a parasite or a bacteria uh, to uh, to be to be killed, but the fish as well. It'll attack and burn the gills of the fish in too high a dosage, and it's easy to get too high. So you just need to be cautious with it. Do it a drop at a time. 3% is better than 30%. Obviously, you can get a higher concentration. Most pharmacists will sell it. You can get it online. I would stick to the 3%, just the regular bottle of peroxide, and then again use it very sparingly, like a drop per gallon. You can increase the dosage in a day because it doesn't build up. It's a one-time hit. It's like a hammer. So you want to not make it a sledgehammer, but like a tiny little ball peen hammer. So it can attack some specific stuff and not just
Yeah.
slam everything. George
Man,
wants to
sorry.
know how many cloves of garlic
Yeah.
would you use per gallon for suspected internal parasites. With what I would do, George, with garlic, I think the best way to do garlic is not to do it as a water treatment, but to do it as a food.
Right.
I just gave George a hammer, so I mean a wrench.
A wrench.
I got a
Hammer.
hammer on the brain.
Hammer.
Right?
Cool. Yeah.
Hammer wrench. What's the difference? Um, yeah, I think. Lord, I'm having trouble with my brain today.
I think you're right. Getting them to eat it is more the way to go than to.
The whole idea is to get it into them. Mash
If you
it.
put 50 tiger barbs in a tank. Look amazing.
What size tank?
I don't know, but she said I was gonna put 50 tiger barbs in my tank. I'm like, if she was just doing 50 tiger barbs, that would look amazing. Sorry, I was talking over you because you're breaking up and I can't tell when you're done. I'm sorry. So anyway, yeah, go ahead and finish.
Really would not smell. Yeah, there's no real odor in the tank. Where'd you get the hammer, Greg? I need to do hammers. That's
Hammers?
He's got a hammer.
Oh.
Look at that. Thick hole.
Where is he?
917.
Like, how am I missing this hammer?
Oh,
See
it's
a hammer?
an icon.
It's a what?
Oh, a 125. Oh, you would have put 50. That would be cool.
Would look amazing.
Cool.
It would.
Yeah, I would do it.
I mean, go with your passion. That's what I say. Go, you have something you want to do.
You're talking to the right person there.
Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you want to do, but they might not get along with other fish as well.
Yeah, I don't think Amanda needs to be taught that lesson.
Wendy, my goldfish is sick in the hospital tank with salt and fresh water. Has torn fins, swimming at the top of the tank. Please advise.
Well, yeah, that's really about the best you can do. Just give it a chance to to calm down. It's probably badly stressed, which would explain why it's swimming at the top. So long as it's swimming and not rolling around, it'll take time, but it'll heal. Do not try to feed it. Do not assume that putting food in is going to help make it better. It'll make it worse because it'll introduce bacteria into the tank that will attack those torn fins. So by no means should you feed it. It'll survive easily for a month with no food at all. And in a month, it should be able to heal pretty well, so long as everything else is fine. Just keep the water really clean.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah. Human says your Blackwater tank inspired me. You mentioned in one video that it was a learning experience. Could you discuss your Blackwater tank, what you learned from it, what little critters are good for it?
Well, I did learn a lot doing it. It kind of happened by accident. We had a big trunk that somebody brought in, and a tank that was leaking, and I'd let it go, just run out of water, or nearly so. About a 200-gallon tank. And my employee at the time was trying to get the trunk off the floor. So she picked it up and put it in the tank. And then I saw it and I added a little more water up to the leak point, which is at about 12 inches. And we just let it sit there. We had it up altogether for at least 2 years. And then the tank began to leak so badly, we just had to break it down. It is now it's now housing lizards. Is a dirt tank with a lot of plants growing in it, like a vivarium. It's a vivarium, a little pond in it, salamanders, frogs. We have a mister going, so we've got chameleons in it. I don't know what else. Might be a crab or two. Salamanders and frogs, primarily. And it does real well. It's for sale. I need to get it out of here. I think Thomas would really like to have it, so if we don't sell it, I'm going to give it to him. So he's trying to convince people they don't want it, which is fine. He has got dibs on the salamander. But back to the Blackwater tank. I really enjoyed it. I had put, when I set it up as a Blackwater tank, I put a lot of peat moss in. And my thought was that the peat moss would eventually sink and create a kind of a thick malm at the bottom. And it did that, but it also never really completely sunk. It was kind of semi-opaque, relatively permanently. So I began taking some of the peat out to get it reduced enough so you could see into the tank. But I had a lot of fish in there that are otherwise fairly difficult to keep. Pencil fish, for example. I had pencil fish in it that lived for quite a long time. Apistogrammas did well in there. What's the filtering shrimp? The big shrimp's about 2-3 inches long that has filtered feeders. Had those in there. Can't remember what it's called. Somebody will know. Chevy Fish will know. A lot of things like that. I tried some other more common fish and they did okay. I had neons in it various times. Always have trouble with neons. I'll tell you a secret about neons though. If you ever find green neons in your shop, green neons are a wild caught fish. Nobody's breeding them in quantity yet. They're still being caught live and brought in. They do not have red on them, but they do have the blue. It's really blue, I think. It's not really green, but they call them green neons. I've had them now 3 or 4 times in fairly large groups, 25 to 100. I've never lost one. I've never had one die, not even one, regardless of the tank I put them in. It's the darndest thing I've ever seen. But if you run across green neons, by all means, snag them. This is Chase. Hello. Yeah, hi, Chase.
We stay in there hardier.
Okay.
So.
Oh, no. Oh, that's awful. Well, I'm so sorry. Are you getting treatment? Have you been to a doctor or anything? Well, if you don't get better, you better do that. Because, okay, well, if you're not feeling better by mid-afternoon, then get over to a doctor or a walk-in clinic or something. Get some help. Find out what's going on. Food poisoning should not last more than a day. Okay, and keep me posted. Okay, I understand. Get better. Okay, Chase. Bad. Kind of hope I didn't feed him something. He said he's got food poisoning, he thinks. What did I feed him?
Yeah, but I mean, if you all ate the same thing, you'd all have food poisoning.
Yeah, I ate it too. Oh, it was corned beef and it was fresh. It was fresh corned beef. I just
well, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine if you all ate the same thing. If the food was bad, that only one of you would feel sick.
Right. Yeah.
I can't imagine it's that.
I don't know. I think it's got to do with the work level. Frankly, it's the job here is.
He needs a day off.
Well, the longer he stays away, the more.
I get it. I get it.
And it's a dead end job at this point. There's
Right.
no benefit to working your butt off when it's going to end in 2 weeks. So I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Which reminds me,
I understand.
I need to call a friend and get him over here to help me out. And I
Okay.
do that while I'm thinking about it because I keep forgetting
Yeah,
to do it.
out of that green neon talk, is that you feel that they're hardier than the others? Is that where you were going with
Oh,
that?
I'm
That they're
really
very hardy?
impressed. I'm really impressed.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've sold everyone, and hadn't had anybody come back on them. But they're pretty. They're smaller than a regular needle. At least the ones I've had
Good to know.
have been smaller, but really look sharp in a tank. They school very nicely. I really like them a lot.
Yeah.
Green neons. If you run into them, buy them. They're not more
Green neon.
expensive
So
than
you say
regular
you can
neon.
get
Yeah, they're
uh-huh.
pretty cheap too. Next time I get them,
Okay.
I'm going to get about 100. Hey, Will, Father Fish, need your help. Can you come over? It's a paying job. Thank you. I got a friend who started a new business doing rat eradication, and he's having trouble getting started. So he's a big, strong guy. I can use him here for a couple of
Yep.
weeks. Pay him well. You were asking how
Yeah.
it's going. I made the comment on um, Discord this morning that I finally figured out how to run a pet shop and make money at it. You liquidate. It's
Yeah.
permanent,
Awesome.
permanent liquidation. You know, the
Yeah.
problem now is, I mean, I'm making so much money now that I could afford to stay open, but I ain't gonna do it because I'm really up to here with it. The problem
No.
is
Yeah.
for me to continue to
Yeah.
do what I'm doing now. I would have to have somebody in a truck driving all over the state, making deals for
Buying
stuff
it.
and picking it up
Right.
and bringing it in so I could resell it. And I ain't gonna do that. I had a
No, we
friend who
can
did
name it the fish. You could
fish.
become fish tank pickers or something, you know? Yeah.
Exactly
People
right.
out picking garages for fish
Right.
tanks.
Aquarium picker. Right.
Yeah, aquarium pickers. There you go, aquarium pickers. Um, I stopped in the chat. I stopped in the chat a while
Let
back
me,
on a
let me
question.
just let me just comment here. I'm
Okay.
teasing Chase a little bit, and I know he's sick. I know this is real. I know it's serious. Um, I also don't blame him one bit for not wanting to be at 100% because when he works really hard, I mean, he definitely puts his heart and soul into what he does, and for him to be working that hard and not feeling well would be just really disastrous.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, Chase. Get well. If
Yeah.
you're here, we love you.
So good morning, Maple Street, gnarly fish tanks, and there's a few other people. Danny's come in, and I know we're missing people. Donald Drew. There's all kinds of people. J Dog's in here. I stopped on a question a while back. It was Tim Kendrick saying, my discos only want to eat brine shrimp. At some point, I'm going to want to take a vacation. How do I get them to eat pellet food?
Oh, this is an easy one. When you go on vacation, don't you dare, don't you dare give anyone a
Mm,
can of food and tell them to feed your fish. Do not do it. I'm warning you. If you do it, you're going to come back to a rotten, smelly mess with dead fish. I absolutely guarantee it. Thank you, Misfit, for your
thank you.
$10 super sticker. And let that reinforce when you go on vacation, your fish will survive just fine without any food at all. If you can put some plants in the tank, you don't have adequate plants, try to get some soft ones like a Nacarus, put them in there. Do not let anybody feed your fish. I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I guarantee you, if you do, you're going to come back to dead fish. And they're going to be all upset and say, I don't know what happened. Well, tell them Father Fish knows what happened. What happened was you were a fool for putting the can of food in their hand to begin with. Don't do it. Jody and Jody just came back. They had one fish they were worried about.
Jody with an I and Jody with a Y.
Is Jody here?
I love that.
They just came back. They were in Jersey. They came back. They lived down in Undercourt, I think. There was one fish they were worried about. So they allowed a friend to feed the fish. The fish was a big flower horn. And of course, it was dead in a foul, rotten tank with a half an inch of food on the bottom. Of course it was. They didn't allow anybody to feed any other fish. Every other fish was fine. They were gone 4 months. 4 months. 4 months. No food at all.
4 months.
Except for one fish that they allowed someone to feed, and it was dead in a rotten tank. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So really what he's saying to you, you can go on vacation and not feed your fish and they'll be okay.
Don't do it.
Hey, I love what Joe Merchant says.
Fish.
Joe says, for just $25 a night, I will come over and not feed your fish while you're away.
Yeah, I'll be here.
I love that.
Nope, they're all gone.
Yep, Sammy. Yeah.
I got plenty of aquarium plants. Yep, I do.
I know, TJ saying 4 months.
All righty. Okay, well, come on down. Okay, you bet. Yeah.
Come on down. Yeah. Oh, what
Went for a month. We got back our tanks were never better. Yeah. Yeah.
Amanda, I don't even know if we dare ask him that question.
Hey, Will. Will. Yeah, I do. I need you at the shop. Yeah, come on over. Okay, I'm going to be tied up till 10 o'clock.
Andres.
Yeah, come on over when you're free.
In the chat, but you didn't say
I got some work for you here, if you need it.
Yes, they have spawned.
Yep, I'll be open all weekend. Yep.
They're doing another video right now, actually, on a spawn.
That'll be perfect. Okay, see you then.
Goldfish.
All right, thanks. What is this? The Blackwater tank. We did.
Father Fish?
Yes.
Amanda would like to know what you think of automatic fish feeders.
Need you ask?
I know. I was like, Amanda, I don't know if I dare ask, but you're on such a good rant. Let's just go for it.
Oh, dear. Let's see how I can deal with this. Okay, I got it. The best way to use an automatic fish feeder is to determine the total volume that it'll hold. If it holds like half a pint, then pour out a half a pint of dry sand. Half a pint of dry sand. Get a pinch of food. Flake food will do just fine. Put it in the dry sand. Mix it up really good. Just one pinch, one pinch. Mix it up really good. Pour that mixture into the feeder and set it for the smallest amount once a day. That'll make you feel like you're doing something. And it will, in effect, do nothing. So it'll help you get over your fear about not feeding your fish, while actually at the same time not feeding your fish. So it'll be a good way for you to learn to control yourself. Your fish are not the boss. You're the boss. When you train your fish to come up to the front of the tank every time you walk in the room, that's when you know you're overfeeding your fish, because you're making yourself the center of attention. So it becomes an ego trip. Oh, they need me. They're coming begging from me. They will not survive without me. Oh, they're starving. Oh, look, they're so hungry. Knock it off. Just knock it off. Those fish did fine before you. They will do better without you. Don't feed your fish to the extent that every time you walk in the room, they run up to the glass. If they're doing that, I guarantee you, you're overfeeding your fish. They're not acting normally. That is not normal behavior. Oh, it's perfectly natural behavior. They go to where the food is. And if there's lots of it, they go to it. But it's not going to be good for them or for the tank. Don't do it.
Okay.
Enough?
Well, I think so. I mean, I get it. So Melissa Horn had placed an order on your website for other fish, and she's worried that maybe you haven't seen it because it was a while ago. She put it 937. She put an order number in the chat.
On where? On Get Deals?
No, well, she says on your website. So I'm assuming maybe it went on the website and you haven't seen it. Do you see that where at 937 she has an order number? And I know she asked a few days ago, so maybe it's been overlooked.
I don't know what the problem is with the website. My webmaster tells me it's working fine, okay. But I never see orders there.
She clearly managed to place an order. So anyway, if you want to make note of that order number, maybe you can check on it after the show.
Yeah, I will. Thank you, Melissa.
Okay. And then James Handy has asked this question a couple times. He wants to know minimum GH for healthy guppies.
Boy, I wish I knew. I really, I cannot keep guppies. Can't do it.
You can't?
No, I can't keep guppies.
Oh.
I thought for a while I had a lock on it, and then they all disappeared. Oh. But it might be because I put a salamander in there, one of the big long ones, and I think they might have disappeared. Yeah. Like they were allowed to get one. I feel like they were gone.
Yeah, he's eating them. It's called hot lunch.
Oh dear, I don't know. Guppies are like neons to me. Yeah, I find them highly problematic. We talked about this before. It's a fairly common experience. Boy, I tell you. Hey,
I know
Gator.
this bird is just crazy
Bill.
today.
Yeah, you. I know.
I personally
Hello yourself. You're
breathe
hollering at
guppies like they're coming out of my ears, but I can't help you because I don't test my water. So I can't give you any tips other
Here's
than
the
I have
problem.
hard alkaline water. But
It
I
doesn't
got more
matter.
guppies than I can shake a stick at.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And here's the issue. When you get new guppies in, just face the reality that they're going to die in a matter of a week or two. What you want to do, if you can, when you face, is get pregnant females, heavily pregnant females, because those they will have their babies. Their babies will be perfectly and adjusted in your water. It'll be the first water they know. It'll be the water they love. It'll be water they have their own babies and die in. So once you get a population of guppies in your water, they're going to be fine. It's guppies that are brought in from anywhere else into your tank that are inevitably the problem. And it happens with absolute regularity. There are some people who can overcome it. God bless them. They know more than I do. Okay? But what every good guppy breeder does is buy female guppies that are pregnant and then grow out the babies. And the babies will be fine. You'll be able to reproduce them when they get big enough. You know, you'll be able to have your a beautiful male guppy and think he's going to live forever. Now, here's a caveat for you. You want a caveat? I got a good one. Lee Meredith. Lee, under direct orders from me and perhaps some others, went to his local pet shop there in Portsmouth, England, and bought 3 female and 2 male guppies. He's had them for 5 months, about 5 months. They are spectacular. They're some of the nicest male guppies I have ever seen, and he's got a tank full of babies. Now, what's curious is that they have not bred true. So the females he got were not bred with males. The shopkeeper either had or didn't make an effort to procure or sell line bred fish. But having said that, these males are beautiful fish and they're doing extremely well. So it's a crapshoot. You might make out, it might work out brilliantly. If it doesn't, at least hedge bets by getting pregnant females because they will survive and they'll do well. It's a variation. We talked about it here before. I think part of what happens, particularly with very hybrid guppies, is the breeder will have them for generations in very specific, very narrow water parameters, very narrow conditions. And when they come out of that into something different, they can't handle it. I don't think it's got anything to do with having sick or buying sick fish. They've moved through a couple of changes by then, so they're weakened by it and they just drop like flies. Very, very common experience. I think it's true because I think they're hybridized to even those that aren't spectacularly beautiful are still coming out of that same kind of condition. They're coming out of a monoculture with very narrow water conditions and just don't do well. when they're thrown into something unusual. But their babies will. They'll be fine. So, just kind of hang in there, do it that way, and you'll be home free. Don't get too upset if the new guppies you bought die. Just try to get females so you can have babies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's Finder, thank you, Oreo. Let me say something about this. Oreo's got an interesting comment.
Right.
I can't remember who it was. There was somebody a while back who was going on and on about how aggressive and terrible the male live bearers are. The particularly guppies, but mollies, swords, platies, the whole mishmash. And it's the apprehension or the whatever it is based on watching the live bears and watching the activity of the male trying to breed with females. When one or more males go after a given female, they're not doing it out of the blue. They're not doing it because they're little boys. They're doing it because the female is putting off hormones. Hormones, putting off hormones that she is ready to breed. Okay? So it's not like it ain't her fault. It is her fault. And she's looking for some gametes in order to be able to fertilize her eggs so that she can have these babies. In a quiet tank, if the female is not in heat, if you will, it won't be going on. It only happens when the female is ready to breed. And she tolerates it. She's not running away from it. She may move around. She may decide she wants this other guy over here because he looks better to her. I mean, that's real and that happens. So enough with denigrating the male of the species for his aggressive sexual behavior. Ain't no such thing. That ought to make somebody upset.
There's a it's just a lot of guppy talk in here. We got a lot of guppy talk going on here.
Well, guppies are a favorite fish, and they're everybody's favorite fish.
They are. I mean, everybody's got an experiment, right?
You got to get them going.
Sort of experience.
Get them going can be difficult. Just keep at it, and you'll make it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've got more guppies than shake a stick at.
She does shake sticks.
And I'm scrolling back because, like I said, it's mostly guppies. And more about guppies.
Nicholas is just reinforcing what I said. Can't keep new guppies alive, but no problem with the babies. And that's really what it is. It's the fact that the guppy cannot tolerate any kind of substantial change in water parameters. And I think it's because they're hybridized. They've just become addicted, if you will, to very, very specific water conditions. They've grown up in that. If you're buying mature adult fish, they're coming out of a specific condition. You're putting them in something totally different, and they like it.
So I have a different question here from Amanda. She says, Father Fish, my question is, when I get my water from the tap, the pH is 8.6. But after pouring into my tank 24 hours later, the pH reads 7.4. And she's wondering if you know why that might be.
Yeah, what do you use in your substrate? What do you have in your substrate? Um, you may have a product in there that is that's dropping the reducing the carbonates and causing the pH to drop. There are there are some products that do that, particularly if you're using various kinds of cat litter. Cat litter will do that. It will impact the hardness, the carbonates in the water.
Joan's wondering if Formosa and Ginga rubra guppies will be good tank mates.
The what?
She's wondering if Formosa and Guppy,
Oh,
she has a special
yeah, I
Ginga
think
rubra
so.
guppy.
I think
Good
so.
tank mates.
I've never noticed Formosa to be aggressive. I think they're fine with guppies, and you might even get them to
Okay.
cross. I don't think anyone really has done that, but you know, it certainly is a possibility that you could get across. It'd be nice to be able to have Formosa with some some variety. They're pretty plain looking fish, but very sweet fish, really nice fish. Melissa, I'm gonna have to look. Let me look
I
on
was
the
like,
website.
Andre said perspective, but I don't even know what this is myself. Maybe you do. So you're looking up at
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think I can get on
I
it.
see two questions here, but this one.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay. So are you still going with that, or you want a different question, or what are you?
Yeah, I was trying to get on the website and I can't do it. J Dog.
Oh,
I
okay.
am at ground zero with this website. It's where I've been from day one. Um, do me a favor, Melissa, and send me an email with your request. If you want to go to PayPal and do it on, that'll work perfectly well. I don't know what the problem is. I can't use the website. I can't use it. I've been trying for months to use it and I can't use it. And
Okay, but
I'm enormously frustrated by it. You know, I've tried various things to make it better, and I've only made it worse.
okay,
I'm,
but I
so
guess
just
what
gotta
I'm trying to say is she has an
the order
order
in on.
number.
Pardon?
Okay. Well, she
It
has
doesn't
an order number, so it looks like
You know, I
it's gone through.
can't get to that. I can't even get on the website as the
Okay.
as myself. I mean, I can go look at it, but I'm not going to be able to find her order unless I can go on
Okay, but
Father Fish, which I can't do.
okay, but could she have paid through there? If she has an order number, then she must have paid through there,
It
right?
would have shown up on PayPal. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think
I
so.
don't know either. Or you could just email her.
Melissa, I don't know. This makes me crazy. Let me
Yeah.
Let me look on
Um,
PayPal, see if I can find her on PayPal. Melissa.
okay.
Activity. You have anything on there while I'm doing this?
Well, Andres asked what we think about Bacter AE. I don't even know what that is. Do you?
Yeah, I do. I know what it is. It's
I was
uh,
like, I don't know what it is.
I think it's a waste of money, is what I think.
Okay.
You know, the idea, Melissa Horn, is that who it is? Melissa
Yeah, I
Horn.
think
I have
so.
a payment. Okay, I do have a payment from Melissa, and
Okay.
I
Because I'm like, she
think,
hasn't ordered it. She must pay. Yeah.
yeah, I think she wanted. I think she wanted. I'm looking at the Florida pygmy sunfish, um, which I do not have in stock. So I've got the order. We've got to wait. I've got to get out and do some collecting, and I'm tied up right now with this liquidation thing. I've not been able to get out to collect these fish. Is at least a 4 hour process. I've got to drive halfway across the state to get to where they are, and then spend an hour or two collecting, and then another 2 hour drive back. So it works out to be most of a day to be able to do it, and I can't do it late in the day because then it's too dark. So I've got to have a day off, and I probably will not have a day off for another 2 weeks, the first of the month. But I tell you frankly, we're better off waiting anyway until the weather warms up a little bit because I don't want to kill these fish. And they're going to Vidalia, Georgia. I thought it said California. It's Georgia. I could probably do that. Let me see what I can do. I will try to get this together. You want banana plants and crypts. I've got the banana plants and crypts, but I need to get a half a dozen pygmy sunfish as soon as I possibly can. If you're okay waiting, I will guarantee, and I'll put extra stuff in for you. So I'll make it worth the wait if you don't mind waiting a week or two. Give me a chance to get caught up here.
Hello,
Yes.
sir. You have on the back the empty barrel.
The buckets.
Yeah,
I need every one I've got. And they're no good anyway. They're all jammed together. They're stuck together. I got to beat them open with a hammer, and they're old and pretty bad. I mean, see one or two. I've got to. I need about 50 buckets. I think I'm gonna.
No,
I think I'm gonna have to go buy them because I don't think those are really any good.
All right.
I'll tell you what. If you want a couple, just take them because I don't think they're any good anyway. My boys here refuse to use them because I think they're sun baked. I think they've been sitting out in the sun so long they're brittle and they break up.
Well, looks like you go out of business.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I got 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. Yep. And
Yeah.
yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm selling them all.
So
Everything is for sale. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm tied up here. I gotta get back to these. Thank you. Oh. It'll be good.
So
It'll be good to
TJ
get
wants
out
to
of
know
it.
what you know about.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yes. Um, he wants to know what you know about freshwater eels. You know much about freshwater eels?
If you're actually talking about eels, there are a number of things that pass through eels that are not eels. There's actually only one eel in the United States, and that's the American eel.
He's in Australia. I know that.
He's in Australia. Well, that's all I don't know a thing about Australian eels. I know about American eels, and I know about European eels. And I'll tell you the story because this is really fascinating. The way you tell the difference between an American eel and a European eel is the American eel is in America and the European eel is in Europe. Honest to God, that's the way you tell the difference. When they mature, that's the difference. When they mature, they go to guess where? Guess where they go? Only somebody who's up on this will know. They go to the Sargassum Sea.
The ocean?
Where is the Sargassum?
So they do get into the ocean.
They go in the ocean. But they go to a specific place.
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay.
They go to the Sargassum Sea.
I don't know where.
Why do they go to the Sargassum Sea? They go there. And to find out.
I'm assuming.
They go there to breed. Okay? They go there to breed.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Now, what do they do when they breed? Do they lay their eggs there? No, 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 no. They go, hello.
Are you selling fish?
I'm selling fish.
What is the cheapest one?
The cheapest one.
Do they give live birth?
The cheapest fish, huh? I don't have, cheapest one is $5.
I saw it's like 3 for 10.
3, well, yeah, probably. I have some 3 for 10. Gee, you said 1. You didn't say 3. Cheapest one is $5.
So,
You get 3 of them for 10.
You will you selling the food as well?
I sell the food right in back of you. Uh-huh.
And you selling the container?
Do they have?
A what?
In container?
A container.
Container, like in the bag or what?
You mean to put, what do you mean, to carry them?
Yeah.
I put them in a bag. Dear God. Do you have something to put them in?
Huh?
Do you have something to put them in?
I have
A bowl. There. Dear God. Hold on a minute. What do we have? A little one here. Hi there. Do you want shark teeth? Nemo.
I guarantee you, he's not going to miss this.
You want to see Nemo's treasure chest? Look right there. See that box? Can you open that box? The little brown box. Open it up. Good boy. All the way. And you may have one big handful. Whatever you like. You can have a handful.
How much is it?
$15.
$15
Yeah.
each?
$15 each. Yeah.
On eBay it's $5, $3.
Well, I'm buying one of that.
I don't even know. I haven't even.
You can get more if you want more.
Seems crazy.
It's now $15 you want. No, I can get $5 on eBay. Never mind, I paid $12 wholesale. Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, everybody says the father fish comedy. It's the comedy hour. So, do those eels have live babies?
No, no. Okay, let me finish the story. I'm not.
Yeah, and then TJ said they're short fish.
I'm not finished with the story.
Okay,
Now,
finish it up.
keep in mind, this is a story. And I could have it totally upside down and backwards. Okay? So you can hold me to it. I'm fine with that. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be corrected. But here's my understanding. It's been 20 years since I've researched this, so I may have lost track of
Okay.
something. They go to the Sargassum Sea to
I
breed.
would.
You would? Yeah, I would too. Of all places in the world. The female then travels back to either Europe or the US. They get into a river system. They go up the river system to a creek, up the creek to its headwaters, where they deposit their eggs. And the eggs hatch.
Okay.
And the babies begin swimming. And they swim as they grow down the stream, into the river, down the river, into the sea. It takes about 2 years for them to return to the Sargassum. Now, they are the same genetically, they're the same eel, but they're called the American eel and the European eel because they're found in America and in Europe. So that's all I know about eels.
Okay.
And it may not even be true, but boy, is
All
it a
right.
great story. Keep in mind the Sargassum.
Yeah, good story.
That's the place we all want to know about, is the Sargassum Sea.
And somebody will tell us where that is. All right. So, Cody, the libertarian, has a good question for you. Could you please explain the difference between hardness and pH? It's over my head, but I want to figure it out. That's
Hardness and pH. The difference between. Well, hardness is determined by the dissolved minerals in the water. pH determines the relative acidity or base nature of the water. Carbonates, which is a particular type of dissolved mineral, affects pH. The more carbonates, the more alkaline the water, the less carbonates, the more acidic the water. And that's about all I know about that. Oh dear.
I imagine that.
I wouldn't do this either. Carol. How are you, Caroline?
This closing of the stories because
I'm good, thank you.
hectic. To say the least, right?
Yes, I am. Well, thank you. Actually, I'm losing the bills. Is what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm still gonna
saying
be
there's
doing
called
stuff,
ND.
but I won't be doing it with the overhead.
I love to say that because he's in the freezer.
Well, whatever, whatever. I'm going to keep my phone number, keep my hand in, and do what I can.
I bet. You get some interesting people stopping by. I bet.
I think I'm actually in pretty good shape. I'm going to need a fistful of hands here at the end just to clean the place up.
Yes,
But
I agree, Art.
otherwise, I think I've got most everything pretty well under control. Thank you, Caroline. Appreciate it. Alrighty. Thank you.
If he starts locking himself in the office, Andres, he might never come back out.
I know. God.
He thinks you should lock the office door while you're on a live stream. He probably would like to, but if he's the only one there, he can't.
Yeah, I have done that.
I know. The next 2 weeks, I get a feeling.
I think the little boy is still in the treasure chest. You're very welcome. Did you find some pretties? Good. All right. Bye-bye.
He's in the treasure chest, is he?
The treasure
He's
chest.
in the treasure chest?
He's about 4 years old.
That's cute.
And Grandma wanted to buy something
Well,
for
I
him.
mean, let him dig around in the treasure chest, yeah.
It works perfectly. And he's delighted.
Sure.
Right.
Exactly.
And
Nita would like to know how to keep a red devil, the tank size.
Nita Strawberry.
I think she's saying a 75-gallon maybe. The solo red devil, tank size.
Laura Cichlids suggested, boy, anything. I'll tell you what you ought to do. Go online and look under Central American cichlids and just go through the list. There are large Central American cichlids. There are hundreds, and some of them are really spectacular. Do that. Find one you like, and I'll see if I can help you get it. I have some friends down here who deal in large Central American cichlids. Really magnificent.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Here's what to look for. It's called a synspilum. SYNSPILUM, as in Mary. That one. But there are many, many others. Central American cichlids. Oreo, bye Oreo. Let's see, Nita and Donald. I think I just gave them the wrench. Whoops. So
Yeah.
we'll.
And then Melissa, I love this. Melissa says that guy that built your website called me and said he'll get with you after the live stream. So apparently J-Dog called Melissa.
That's funny.
Funny.
We got
and
you
King
covered.
is back. Hi, King. King has a question
Thank
about
you.
algae.
Thank you, King is enormously frustrated with me because I'm responsible for him to do this, and it's my fault, not his fault. He is a master with these things, and I'm worse than a novice screw up. I'm like Lee. I can mess it up quicker than anybody else. So he bears with me.
So
okay, Nita and Nicholas just got wrenches. Drew, rather. Was it Drew or Nicholas? Or all three?
Cool.
Okay, Drew has a wrench. Nita has a wrench.
Nuts.
Nicholas now
I feel like Father Fish King wants to know about the types of algae that fish don't typically eat as food, like staghorn, blackbeard, cladophora, etc. How to control those algae? How do you control the algae that fish don't tend to eat? That's their question.
Well, you understand
Brienne's
why
just
you.
Found some new There's chaos everywhere, Brienne, today.
I mean, here's the thing. They're basically fun to approach this. And I'm going to do the two worst ways first. The first way is, oh my God, my tank is ruined. I'm going to dump it out and start over again. That's way number one. A lot of people do that when they get algae. It gets bad. It gets real thick in there. They throw their hands up and say it's ruined, and they dump it out. That's number one. Number two, they take scientific approach. Well, a pseudo-scientific approach. That is to say, they decide to play chemist. And so they buy something that kills algae, some kind of algicide. Could be anything. Could be rat poison. I mean, who knows? Could be anything. And they pour it in their tank. And guess what? The algae dies. And then the plants die, the bacteria die, the fish die, the snails die, everything dies. So that's number two. Number three is you take a truly scientific approach and you say, aha, it's algae that likes living in my tank. How can I make the tank less hospitable for the algae without also making it less hospitable for everybody else? There's the question. Here's the answer. The answer is stop feeding your fish, because you're putting so much nutrition in there, you are making it impossible for the plants that are in there to be able to assimilate all the nutrition. And for that matter, for the bacteria and the substrate to be able to handle the biological load you're dumping into that tank. So at that point, you can be thankful you've got algae. It's preventing bacteria from exploding and wiping out everything. What's the solution? Number one, if you are now feeding this much, start feeding 10% of that, 10% of the time. Rather than feeding 10 times a day, feed 1 time a day. Rather than feeding a handful every time, feed a little tiny whatever that's called. What's that called in cooking?
Pinch. A
A
pinch.
pinch. Thank you. Feed a tiny pinch every 1 time a day. And if that still doesn't work, do it once a week. A pinch once a week. In other words, control the biological input going into the tank. That's one. Number two, if you've got scum all over it, clean it up. Clean up the dead food, clean up the scum, get the tank looking decent. Just siphon it out, net it out, get it out. Don't stir up the bottom, particularly, but get all the gunk out. That's number two. Number three, add more plants. The more plants you have, the less algae you would have. If you do those three things, do partial water changes, about 10%. You can go to 20% once every 3 days maximum. No less than every 3 days. Once a week is adequate. If you'll do that, you'll be able to get control of it. I've got some people at the window. Let me see what they're all about here.
Okay. And then I got a question that we need to go back and touch
Can I
on.
help you?
Well, my wife.
Yeah, I called for a 1-gallon glass tank bowl.
So,
Well, look around.
Oh,
You know,
but yeah, so I thought maybe you knew.
I've got,
you know, and I'm just going to say this. I know that he keeps breaking up, and frankly, I don't think it's going to get any better. I think it's going to be like this till he's out of the store and streaming from his home, unfortunately. So I think the next 2 weeks are going to be troublesome. And there's nothing he can do about it because it's just been like this. So I think, you know, he's hoping when he gets streaming back at his house that it's going to come in, he's going to be able to plug directly into the computer, and that will solve his problem. We hope. We hope. And I know it's rough because sometimes I only get about every third or fourth word. So, and I don't know if I'm coming through clear the whole time.
There is a rack in the back.
It appears that it is on my end, but who knows? And we've had so many people come in. Fishy Tank is back, and I know Rob came in, and there's just so many people that keep coming in through here. Rohan's here. Sean. Vaughn. And whew, yeah, I'll tell you, Steph, I bet everybody wishes he was selling ice cream at the exit. Oh, Amanda says I'm coming in good. Okay. Well, at least there's one thing, right? So I guess you're hearing exactly what I'm hearing on his end, which is he keeps breaking up. I managed to typically figure out what he's talking about, but I'm definitely not hearing every word myself. So, I'm just going to touch on now I can't even remember. I feel like this is crazy. I'm losing track of everything. But you were asking me about Andres was asking me about my goldfish breeding, and I do have a video on spawning, and I'm making another one, and yeah, I have all that. What do I breed for strains of guppies? The crazy thing is, I was looking around, and I have a lot of different ones. I have a couple different strains of Endlers. I have the fire and ice ones from LRV, but I've done some stuff from there. I can't even think of the names right now. I've got some round fin, super expensive red guppies. I can't remember those names. But I probably have, if I think about it, probably 8 to 10 different strains of guppies going. And for the life of me, I can't even figure out why. I've been seriously reevaluating my life going, why are you keeping guppies? And I do like them, but it's like, seriously, why am I keeping all these guppies? And because I'm beginning to think, wow, I could just get rid of all these tanks and put in more, larger tanks for my goldfish, which I love right now. I have, I think, 4 different strains or 5 of angelfish. I have my calico convict cichlids, which I love. And I'm doing a bunch of variations of those fish. So, Jay, you're keeping 23 different strains? Yeah. So, what am I setup's like? I keep really dirty, moldy tanks for my guppies. Tanks that I would never show because they're so disgusting with all the duckweed on the top and, just sand substrates or whatever. And I let the mom purposely build up in there, and the guppies pretty pain in the butt when I catch them out to sell to a store or something, because I'm literally covered to the elbow in duckweed trying to sort through it. And I don't like to take them to the store with duckweed in there. I mean, they're good about it. I just feel like I shouldn't. So, I mean, that's my biggest struggle. So basically, like a lot of 10-gallon tanks for the guppy breeding and stuff. But I'm seriously thinking about either getting rid of the guppies completely or just going down to maybe one of the strains that I have started working on my own. I mean, I have the Santa Maria Endlers. I have a bunch of stuff. But seriously, I just why? But I don't have any problems. I don't have the problems that some people do. I mean, I managed to get the guppies in, and I don't lose them. Maybe it's the well water that makes me so lucky. I don't know. I don't have anything done with an actual fish room tour. I just, on my channel, I only have like 6 videos so far, and
all right, have fun.
Things that interest me.
Okay.
I am working on one video, and I have a a goldfish tank that has tons of fancy rocks and stuff. I was thinking about doing a video on that, but maybe I should do a video on one of my guppy tanks. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm just talking away. You were gone, and I'm just, figuring out something to talk about.
I just gouged
so I'm talking about guppies. Mostly. You gouged yourself?
I did. I was showing
Doing
a tank.
what?
Well, wiping dust off the top of a Red Sea Max.
Oh,
And
and
somebody had screwed a light fixture onto it, and the tip of the screw was sticking out. I went like that, and I'm bleeding.
Ripped your hand right open.
Ripped my hand wide open in 3 places. It wasn't bad enough. I did it once. I had to do it 3 times.
Put a bag bomb on it. That'll heal right. Father Fish, put some bag balm on it. That'll heal it right up.
That'll work, right?
Okay, I don't remember who asked the question. I don't remember who. He's leaving again. Okay. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lori, for dropping my link. Anyway, yeah, I need to personally make more videos, but there just doesn't seem to be enough hours in the day. I'm guilty of, maybe tetanus shot. Donald, I have horses. I have whatever. I can't think of the last time I had a tetanus shot. I cut myself, I swear, every day in the barn. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna make some more videos, but
it's a shame you gotta give it up.
Yeah, aren't we all the kings and queens of I'm gonna I'm gonna do that. So anyway, just getting back to I think the streaming till he's out of the store, between the lag and just the craziness and the level of the amount of customers and stuff, I think the shows are going to be more like this for the next 2 weeks. Just saying, that's my guess. Yeah, I mean, that's the nature. Yeah, cutting yourself all the time. I mean, I do all the time. And so anyway, yeah, bag bomb. I'm telling you, bag bomb works for everything. It does. I haven't actually tried it directly on a fish yet.
What'd you get?
I
2?
I can't even get my hand in this one.
Slap some bag bomb on. Clear that.
I can't get my hand, and I think that's probably the day.
No, I can't make this stuff up. Thanks. I have 2 of them. I have 2 dogs. And they get towards the end of the show, and they know time-wise it's coming, so they just get over here. So Father Fish, before we go or whatever we're doing, the question on, I think it was Bacter AE, they wanted you to elaborate a little bit more. You said it wasn't worth the money or something like that.
It's live bacteria. So it is live bacteria.
Okay.
The problem is it's
oh yeah, you talked about that before. Yeah.
It's in a closed container. So it's going to be anaerobic, which means when you expose it to the air, whatever is anaerobic in there is going to suddenly be assaulted by oxygen, and it's going to die. Now, bacteria doesn't die. It doesn't live and it doesn't die. It does something else. So it goes through a conversion process, which means you then, once you put it in, you then got 30 days for the whole thing to cycle. You're no better off than if you urinate in your tank. It amounts to the same thing. So you can save the money by collecting your pee and use that, and it'll have precisely the same effect.
Okay.
That ought to make somebody else mad.
That's going to get somebody riled up. Okay, and he's off again. So King is asking about getting the gunk out, but the deep substrate in general recommend for keeping the mom on the substrate. Do I take it out or keep it? You know what? I think it's a personal choice. As I just stated, in my breeding tanks, I let it build up because I think it's good for the fry. They get in there, they find microorganisms to eat, gives them a place to hide, comfort level, whatever.
What you want? I got
I let it stay. But if you're trying to keep the tank nice and pretty and it's your show tank and that's the one, you know, that's sitting in your living room and everybody's looking at, then you might not want to let it build up as much. I just think it's a personal choice. It's not going to hurt anything to let it stay. It just doesn't always look the prettiest. That's where I come from on it. But I think it's great. If you're breeding, I say leave them all, 100%. So, and somebody was asking me if I separate or whatever. I do both. I have some that I just community breed, and then if there's something I'm working on that I'm being very, very specific about, then I will, you know, pull those babies and keep them separate and raise them separately as far as the guppies go. Yeah. So I do both. Again, personal choice on what you're doing and what you're breeding. So don't urinate in your tanks. No, personally, I'm not going to. Yeah, see, Fishing says leaves them all. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like I said, it's whatever your comfort level is. It'll never hurt anything. It's just how it looks. But I do think it's good. Yeah, you don't mind the look. Then leave it. You know, just leave it. And yeah, somebody's mentioning cat. Yeah, sure, you can always cap it with more sand, but I purposely leave it and let it build. So
Not a bad idea, Abolished. I may well do that. I kind of like
what
it.
does Abolish say?
So it'd be an epic post of peeing in a tank to cycle.
To cycle it, yeah.
There's the pennies.
Okay,
We'll start
yeah.
by throwing pennies in the tank.
Yeah. I don't right now, Timberlake. I just locally.
3 coins in a fountain. Right. We'll do the 3 coins in a fountain background music, tossing pennies in the tank, and then a big long stream going arching way high into the tank. That'll work.
Oh my goodness, these dogs are nutty. All right. Yeah, and then go clean your pee up with bleach.
Right.
Yeah. Father Fish, you okay? I don't think Father Fish is going to really be okay till this store is closed.
It'll work fine.
I already warned them. I think the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, just once. Yeah, 2 weeks. It's going to be a whole different world. Just give me a break. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I
Come on, man.
kind of said that. I said the next couple of weeks is going to. Oh, Chris Trapp just gave you a.
Thank you, Chris. Okay. Yep.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah. It's definitely a goofy time. But I mean, you're getting, you know, with some of this, you're getting the blow by blow. You're seeing what's going on in this store all day.
Thank you very much. Take care.
On the channel. Good morning, Big J. Oh, yeah. It's something.
Well,
Who put out the pee in your tank challenge?
oh dear God.
Do you want to do that, Father Fish?
Yeah. All right. We got it now. I think YouTube might take umbrage. We're going to have YouTube mobs all over us. It'll be the first assault
Probably.
on the Fish Fam by the YouTube mods.
And PETA. And PETA.
Right.
Oh my God, you're peeing in your tank. TJ says pee does not contain ammonia. He keeps throwing that in there.
Yeah, I know. He's trying to make
exclamation points.
But it does create ammonia.
I know.
In great, huge volumes. So while it may not have it, is the most effective means of achieving it.
To get it going. I just like to use I
Yes.
just like to use a seated filter, and I just squeeze that in my tank. That's how I
That
start
works.
mine.
That works just fine. Bobby Fish.
Yeah, and it works right away. I mean, dirt the tank, put your sand in, run
Bobby
your
and
old
Mark
filter through. That
looking
works
for
perfectly for me.
Well,
I stay away from
yeah.
that.
Okay, it's Lou. How are you? How are you?
Well, it kind of would, but yeah, you want to talk about Battle Brew getting
Listen,
thrown
I'm
off
on the live
YouTube.
stream right now, but I really do want to talk to you.
Oh, and somebody asked about.
Much longer, another half hour tops.
I remember seeing a question
Can you
about
call
where do
back?
I.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Okay.
Honestly, so there's probably some people in here, you know, other than obviously
Well,
Father
interesting.
Terry.
2
But he'll
weeks
be an intro,
ago,
but I'm sure there are people in here that can put you in the right for buying Cory Cat.
we're losing signal here, I think.
Weeks of this chaos. Oh my God.
Ha ha, Battle Brew. Ha ha. 2 weeks ago,
I don't even know if he's saying anything. I don't know what's going on.
2 weeks ago, I contacted.
All we keep getting is 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Sorry.
Before I started selling out.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we're having problems here.
Napping. We're starting to have gaps? Oh no, we've been having gaps. Oh my God. Okay.
There we are. It ain't just gaps. It's dead time.
You know
We're
what?
getting.
Oh no, it's pure craziness. I got an idea.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, even though you don't get the good music, maybe you should try streaming from your house, see if it's any better.
Oh, I could do that. It probably will be.
Yeah, see if we don't have these gaps. I know it creates problems with the music, but
I can do that.
it would just be interesting to see if we can get a clear stream.
Outside. Might be able to set up outside. I'll see what I can
well,
do.
inside or outside, whatever.
All right. We'll see if we can do
Just
that. Hold on a second.
yeah,
Can I help you?
yeah, geographical honesty. Yeah, you got it.
Aquarium plants.
Okay. Did you see anything you like? All right.
I just wanted to pick some. I only got a small tank, but I
Pick out what you want.
I'll go get it.
Okay.
What do you want me to put them in? Something?
There's some bags back there. Just grab a bag.
I'll pick out what I want.
Oh dear. Anyway, a couple of weeks
Okay,
ago.
so I think we should end this today. Go ahead.
Madness. I called a
I can't be
local.
serious. I'm just.
I'm going to give it up. I called a local. What are they called? Tourist trap, but a nice one.
Okay.
Called Jungle Gardens here in Sarasota. As I heard,
Yeah.
a reptile display that's kind of falling apart. So I thought, wow, do an aquatic display in there, move a bunch of tanks, and make it really cool. And I could do my demo thing I wanted to do. So I called in a message. Didn't hear back from them. Then 2 weeks later, the old tank. I do not have one tank left. The tanks are gone. And they want to know if I can come over and talk to them about my suggestion of setting up an aquatic display. So I'm going to have to be the bearer a bad neuter, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless they got money to put into buying tanks.
Yeah. So, Father Fish, I think we should shut this down because you're breaking up so much. I only get about every fifth word occasionally. You just go into.
All right.
And I don't think we're really getting anywhere, truthfully. So I think we should probably say goodbye. Yeah, you sound like a banjo. Yeah, he does sound like a banjo. And yeah, maybe
I am
try
a
the house morning. See what happens. Okay.
All right. Bye all. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. We will not be on in the morning. Saturday at 6 in the evening. See you all then.